Alright guys, how's it going? Will here with another toy photography shot. Took forever to put this together, but I really wanted to do it for a while. I'll take you through it. You've had like a meeting between the Avengers and then all your other Marvel superheroes. Wolverine's had an argument with Captain America, is storming out, as you can see. Beast is all the way in the back over there, face palming. So Wolverine's like really embarrassing X-Men in front of everyone. I tried to just put as many figures as possible in the shot, and then I tried to fill spaces between the figures with other figures just to accent the shot. Really, some of these guys you're not actually supposed to see, but this is the wide shot I was going for. I do have Iron Man over there on the AI Tony Stark body, and he's unmasked, he's holding his helmet. Wolverine's unmasked, and he came with a cowl down as well. So, and I just tried to include loads of different characters from Marvel. I could have maybe put a few more up. I was umming and ahhing about actually putting the Hulk in, but I did in the end. He's just in the back filling space over there. This is supposed to just be like a meeting that's, gone sour. And, I said this was hard work and stuff. Now you might be thinking, how is that hard work? You've just stood a load of figures in a display basically. But this is what Bug Nice was talking about years ago when he used to do his ACBA stuff. Very subtly posing War Machine there. Sometimes you need to get like Spider-Man there, look. It's just good to get a sort of vanilla pose and practice. Your figures just stood naturally. Alright, here we go. I am back into it. I'm fucking so behind with my toy photography. But I wanted to set this fucking shot up first because I was actually planning to do this one the same day that I did my big Marvel meeting one, but I really wanted to think it through, the idea. So because this is the 20th anniversary Captain America, I really wanted to get that old Toy Biz base just in the background there. I've got a few crumbling bricks and stuff and fire and explosions. I am using my big lamp, which you can probably see the post for. Don't worry, I'll cut that out of my main shot and get something like this. I'm using an orange light just off to the side over here. That's lighting up Captain America and Red Skull, so it looks like the flames are coming off them. I've got a light under this explosion here. I've got another light here just lighting up the fire in the wall. I've got another light, because this is the thing, you will be forever, if you're doing toy photography right, you will be forever adding, just constantly adding or changing things to see if you can maybe do something a little bit different. And then I've just got the one light overhead that you keep seeing moving. Obviously when I take photos, I keep this as still as possible, but really natural posing as far as trying to make it look like they're actually fighting. Your basic reflexes of how you'd act in a fight, so just apply that to your figures, is what I'd say. Captain America here, top 10 worthy. It's the Captain America to beat, and there's just so much that you could do with these two characters alone. I'm going to revisit this because there's plenty of different shots and actions you could do here. I just wanted to put this together. This was the idea I wanted. I wanted a fighting scene with explosions and stuff, so I'm very happy with this, but you will see me pose these figures again. You better believe it. I am freaking telling you guys, right? These fucking Gundam Infinity figures, they are the perfect scale for photography. And, these are pretty, for Bandai, these are pretty limited figures. You can't get a whole lot of posability out of them. And that's a cool shot. I might just get that for... Yeah, go on. We'll have that for my B-side shot. I had to focus on the Gundam like this. So what I was saying is, yeah, they might not be super posable, but I'm just having tons of fun with them. This Zaku's going on my top 10 for the year. It's just so fucking... It's not even a super good figure, but I'm just enjoying it so much. So, we just got Amaru in the RX-78 too. Fucking, like, the badass he is, just destroying this Zaku with no fucking remorse whatsoever. Fucking ace. I really like these figures. I hope Bandai keep doing the Infinity series, because I would like to get a few different figures in this scale. I hope what they do is they release the Zaku again, not as the builder figure, because I would not mind army building Zaku's at this scale. But yeah, just a really simple shot, just because I really wanted to. It just looks so fucking so ace. So I'll tell you what, I feel like I give Todd McFarlane a lot of crap for his figures, but I mean, they really don't pose the problems I have with his figures are very much still there. I think someone needs to sit down with Mr. McFarlane and have a word with him about how he's basically shitting on us DC fans, because well, it's not just the DC fans, like, it's anyone who buys his figures. You are being sold a statue, right? And you're being lied to, you're being told it's an action figure. And that's not on. We want figures that look natural, posing, you know, just look good when you want to put them in a pose, even something really, really basic. Yeah, the figure just looks so good in a natural pose. You know, I'd like to be able to pose it more, but this ain't bad at all. Just to get him in a really nice, relaxed sort of stance. Look, you can bring his arms all the way down to the side, which is a problem on a lot of action figures, to be fair. And they're only just starting to sort that out now. But if you're a Dark Knight Returns fan and you can't get the Mafex, you will be pretty happy to have this guy on your shelf. And, you know, I don't think there's a lot wrong with this release. Although, you know, Todd does need to sort his shit out. Yeah, really fucking nice figure, actually. This one might end up on my top 10. Alright, so, I was just putting together a little group shot. I'm trying to use different types of figures to give you variety. I was doing a group shot. I was really big fan of the relationship that Green Arrow and Hal had. It's not having it. You'll see in the photos what I'm going for, and I'll explain it. But basic group shot. So the Green Lantern, Green Arrow, they are my focus. Okay, there's a point of tension there, and then I've got some other Justice Leaguers just behind them, trying to pose them natural. Just looking comfortable, standing flush together, so there's not a lot of gaps, and that will really help your toy photography. And this is what you want to be doing. So your foreground will be these two characters, and then your background are just the guys in the back. They are blurred, but that's the effect I want, because I want the focus to be on the argument that Green Lantern Green Arrow are having, and this will always come off as an effective photo. Sometimes doing something simple is much better than trying to do big extravagant battle scenes and stuff like that. If you've never fucking watched Bug do main course, you probably should as well, because he was a big influence on me, where I learnt most of my tips and tricks from. Another really nice figure from Todd. Really nice Batman figure. Well, you know, again, I'm just showing you, you know, you can get these guys into poses, you know, and his figures, for the most part, they do look really good, but it's like, the articulation is different nearly across the figures. You know, this one's got a peg at the base of his neck, and you can only move him from that point. So, like, aesthetically looks good, but again, you are limited for poses. That being said, he's still a very good looking Batman figure. He just needs to go that little bit further, I think, put that little bit more effort in, and I wonder myself actually whether he actually sits down and poses the figures that he makes. But also, this one's pretty good for you know, the customizing options that are there. So it's like you could paint them trunks black and just have a full-on classic looking Batman there, which is what I'm tempted to do myself. To show you, they do pose, but they are limited. They can't do what a legend can do. And you saw me with the DC UCs earlier. I personally think that line shits all over this one. I've found it a lot harder to photograph this figure than the others, but this is the Batman figure from Matt Reeves' 2022 release. I will tell you right now, this is going to be the best Batman movie, maybe the best comic book movie. I think it's going to earn more than Spider-Man did, more than Doctor Strange. Batman just has that about him. Now, this figure is one of those figures where it's like, I was really dreading having to buy it because I thought, right, it was going to be terrible. I was not going to be a fan of this sort of side-eye look that he's doing, but it's not too bad actually. The presence alone of it standing there looks fantastic. Limited on poses again because it's Mcfarlane, but not a massive problem. Now, one thing I have to talk about, I promised basically that I would do this for some guys who were having trouble with the figure. So I keep hearing a lot of complaints about how, you know, you can't pose this figure without his arms popping out. So what you want to do, if you're having trouble with this figure, and you know his arms keep popping out, is pop his arms off, then take out, do you see this thing? This is the butterfly joint, or what everybody keeps saying is the butterfly joint. It's not a joint, it's not a point of articulation, it's literally just a cap that goes in the shoulder to cover you know, the ball joint. Look at this figure, right? I have already taken off those caps, and does he look gappy? No, he doesn't, right? If I lift this up, you can see that it looks gappy, yeah? But, I mean, you can pose that away, no problem. And there you go, look. So the arms come out. We'll have a cap in here. Where's it gone? You'll have a cap in here like this, right? And that's to stop the arm moving around. The problem is, when you want to move the arm, this will cause tension. It'll push the arm out. So what you want to do is get rid of that. You don't need it. I would not recommend doing it for all of the Mcfarlane figures. But like this one, and then the first Batman that he did, I've had no problem with, okay? So it's like now I have all the posability that I want in that shoulder, and the arm's not popping out, no matter how rough I am with it. And he looks better for it, you know. The shoulders aren't getting stuck anywhere. You know, and it does let you get his arms to his side much better as well. I want to help out, you know, the guys that spend the money on these figures, and then, you know, it can be quite disappointing. Alright guys, that'll do it for this episode of Toy Photography. You know, I've got some Star Wars stuff to shoot, but I'll save that for next time, and I'll close out with this shot of Player 1 and Player 2 on the Mongoose from Halo. I'd love to get into this line more, but I only pick it up when I see it really, really cheap. So I do prefer this scale, though, with Halo to the other stuff, especially with the vehicles. This brings back happy memories of me and Daryl Brown, very fucking close friend of mine, good brother. We grew up on Halo, playing that. So here's me, because I was always the driver, and there's Daryl sat on the back. I don't know why, he's better at driving than I am, but I'll leave you with this shot. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed the video.